Hi, my name's Beth and I'm a finance journalist here at Rotic Media. There is more attention and focus on sustainability than ever before now that it's moved into the mainstream. This year it's become a question of how you manage your sustainable investments and where the risks and opportunities are, rather than whether to invest sustainably or not. The just transition has really come into focus for a lot of people, so thinking about not only how can we reduce carbon emissions, but also how can we do that fairly and not having a negative impact on people, or how can we minimise the negative impact that it's having to transition away from fossil fuels. In line with that, biodiversity has really taken centre stage this year, which can be an extremely complex issue, and it brings up a lot of the same questions on whether an investment that looks good on paper in some ways might actually have really negative consequences. 2023 has been a tough year for sustainable investing. Particularly energy transition funds have been hit hard by the interest rates that the market has experienced this year, and returns have really suffered. Something that I've been looking at a lot is the impact of that, so thinking about whether people are moving away from that kind of investing and asking whether sustainability has had its day in the sun and it's all over now. I've also been covering the new regulations in the sector, so it seems that biodiversity is going to be the next focus for regulators. In the UK, taking the TCFD recommendations into account is now mandatory for companies, and the TNFD recommendations won't be far behind. Of course, it depends on where the client is based that we're working with, because different jurisdictions have different regulations. Europe are probably the furthest ahead, and the European Commission published its Sustainable Finance Action Plan back in 2018, and since then it's proposed a lot of ESG legislation. On the other side, in the US, it's been much more controversial. There's been a real mindset shift in terms of sustainability for asset managers. It's very rare now to see funds launching that don't have some element of sustainability embedded into them. And all of that attention has meant people are really keen to get it right and bring in the right regulations to actually make a difference. At Rotic, we're always trying to make sure that we make the best decisions we can. So our sister company, Financial Promoter, produce a quarterly magazine, and the printers use 100% renewable energy in their factory. Sustainability also isn't just about cutting carbon emissions. Rotic was recently awarded Best UK Startup at the UK Social Mobility Awards because of all the work that we're doing to be a sustainable business in terms of investing in our workforce.